Hey everyone, JCS StarCraft here, bringing you the Game 1 of the semifinals for the Go4SC2 number 32 between Naruto and Huk. So action getting started here on Xel'Naga Caverns. Naruto is spawning as the purple Terran in the bottom left corner, and Huk spawning as the red Protoss in the top right corner. Huk, of course, one of the top Protoss players right now, not somebody that you would want to draw in a ladder to go up against. Currently ranked number 2 in the entire world based on the SC2 ranks Battle.net ladder scoring system. I think it's based off of Battle.net. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's where they parse it from, but Huk has something like 1,469 points, and it's crazy. So definitely one of the top Protoss players in the game right now. And Naruto, another really strong StarCraft player as well, qualified for the ESL Pro Series, which is a German, I think the European Sports League, the German Pro Series number 17, with a whole bunch of prize money and everything along those lines. I just broadcasted a game between him and his fellow clanmate D Muslim. So Naruto, a very strong Terran player, and should be interesting to see what will transpire in this game. I'm not sure if they've met up before, but that definitely is a possibility, as both were very active in the beta as well. Huk trying to do some harass with his probe, going to be pulling away right as loses just a little bit of timing on that, and going to be trying to run around waiting for his shields to recharge, trying his very best to annoy Naruto, forcing Naruto to take another SCV off his mining. And I think Naruto at this point knows that he's up against a Protoss opponent, probably isn't going to be walling off. Huk isn't going to be walling off, so can get a late scout in there and at least keep one of his SCVs mining during this harass period. As soon as this barracks finishes, I am assuming that one of the damaged SCVs will be going out into the field to get the scouting on for Naruto. So a very standard opening, 12-13, and there goes. Nope, it's a fresh SCV. It's not even a damaged one. He wants as much energy for that guy as possible. The remaining of these SCVs probably will be damaged for the rest of the game, unless, well, Huk throwing down a kind of a tricky little pylon there. So going to be building some buildings that he doesn't want to be scanned over here. Should be interesting to see what Huk's strategy is. Looks like he is going with the very standard Protoss opening these days, getting that Cybernetics core. No Zealot at all. Just going to be waiting until this finishes before he gets any unit, as he knows that there's not going to be any sort of early pressure that he can't hold off with just probes, or if he really needs to, could probably chrono boost a single Zealot out of there. But getting the Stalker first, let's see if he gets Stalkers or Sentries first, and it looks like it will be a Stalker. So having that Stalker come out first, saving those minerals for other buildings and everything, at least lets them deny any sort of early Reaper push by their opponent. And it looks like Naruto going to be going with the Marauder, throwing down 3 more Raxes, and possibly going with an early, well, it looks like Stim being researched. So one of the recent strategies that I've seen Terran play against Protoss is to get just about 2 Marauders and as many Marines as you can, research that concussive shell as early as possible, and just kind of run in to do some major damage to your Protoss opponent if they're teching up to something else, and catch them a little bit off guard. Looks like a robo facility going down, and so two gate robo coming out from Huk, trying to hide that robo facility the best that he can from his opponent. And Naruto looks like he is going to be not pushing ahead, is getting that second Marauder out, and well, I'd be curious, he isn't getting concussive shell, so I don't think that's his strategy, but getting a reactor and tech lab, so going for pretty much an all bio unit, army pretty early on in this game against Huk, and just trying to explore the map. Both players have their own respective Xel'Naga watchtower. Naruto going to be abandoning it for the moment just to check out this back area on Xel'Naga Caverns, checking to see if his opponent has or has not taken an expansion. And Sentries coming out for Huk to kind of hold off against any sort of early push. They could switch between force fielding for quite a while. The first Observer is out, and looks like an Immortal coming out for Huk as well. There's going to be very little detection from Naruto. He's going to either have to kind of see that Observer, the air wind grief. I'm running. I don't have a word for that right now in the top of my head. Getting out this really late Reaper to get his scout going, but if he doesn't see it, this will be a free map hack for Huk into the base of Naruto until he gets some sort of detection going on. And the air trails, if there's a name for it, please let me know, and I will try to name it that in the next cast. It's basically this kind of cool Predator style air bending, light bending illusion trick going on. So, oh, it's cool. It actually, if you hold down V, it actually does the natural fade in that you would do. I'm getting obsessed with that, and because not much action is going on the map right now, Huk's going to be pushing out just a little bit, taking his expansion, and it looks like Naruto finally going to be getting his factory. So Huk doesn't want the observers watching, because he's not talking about his observer, obviously, because he's talking about everyone else in on this map, who there are a lot of people observing this game. So no skill has left, and possibly a few more other players might be leaving as well. Huk now just getting a pretty good sight of what his opponent is up to. Looking at the army tab, both players are very even at this point. Huk is going to start getting ahead in his economy as he's taking that expansion pretty early. So Naruto, I don't know if he's scouted it out. Well, actually has scouted out Huk's Robo facility, so might be trying to gear up to do a one base push against his opponent and just kind of catch him off guard. Use the fact that Huk is spending time to build this second nexus and also saturate it as well, and not spending that money on his army. So I think Naruto going to be trying a timing attack. Looks like, what is he researching right now? Getting combat shell. Speed is being upgraded, researched for Huk. So anticipating, obviously he can see the entire army of Naruto, now going to be following it with this observer. So is Naruto, Stim is researched, and it looks like combat shields are on the way. And so I think he's just getting ready to push in as soon as that is finished. Going to be swapping out for getting that reactor onto the starport so he can start pumping out those medevacs for his MM and M army. And it looks like combat shield just about to finish for him, so he might be pushing in, or maybe he might be waiting for the medevacs to come out and reinforce. Those don't take quite as long. So concussive shell hasn't been researched yet. Oh no, it looks like combat shield just about to finish for him. And looking at the army tab, armies are still pretty even, although some of that is, no, the harvester count is actually pretty even. So it looks like Huk hasn't been spending quite as much time possibly saturating as he has been building up his units in the income tab. Huk is pulling ahead just a little bit, but the mule is able to help Naruto hold out for the time being, and Naruto running over here because he has detected there are buildings over here, so he wants to take these out if he can, and just going to be destroying that pylon right away. He is going to have sight, and so great attack by Naruto has detected Huk and is going to take down that or depower the Robo Bay temporarily. So Huk can be unable to reinforce with more immortals just until this pylon is able to finish building, temporarily delaying Huk. Great strategy right there from Naruto, just going to pick off whatever he can, and right now is up in his farm count 98 to 91. Huk now does know where the army is and wants to go ahead and push in, doing a great job with the force field, splitting the army for it's kind of isolating some of the units in front. Naruto really has to kite with these units the best that he can stim, and can run away, although he doesn't have concussive shell, so that won't really help him out as much here, although doing a great job with the battle right now. Not sure if there's a lot of focus fire going down, but it looks like he is going to win this battle against Huk and might be able to push in. Huk now trying to reinforce as quickly as possible, is chrono boosting his warp gates, and this Nexus is going to take some punishment right now. Zealots are running in to charge ahead, but it looks like reinforcements coming in for Naruto at this point, and even the probes are coming out to do some sort of fight as well. Huk now summoning in more units, and looks like there are all sorts of delays going down for Huk, so that could have been, that lag might have been causing Huk some of his ability to micro out there, not really sure, but for the fact that he's actually talking about that in the middle of that match, there might have been a pause that went down right there. Really very distracting and kind of just annoying to the players, trapping them in, not allowing the units to kite at all, and going to be finished off this small force, but reinforcements coming in for Naruto, multi-pronged battle. And right now Huk focusing on that medevac, I'm not sure if that was the best idea. He just spent a lot of his firepower trying to take down that medevac, and not that sentries have that much damage, but anything that he can do to take out the ground forces would have been helpful. This medevac actually has almost no mana left at all, so isn't able to heal very effectively. And it looks like Huk just holding on for dear life at this point. Units being streamed in by Naruto, looking at the... wow, I don't know what happened there, and... yeah, so it looks like there was all sorts of lag for Huk at that point, or at least that's what it is indicated by his chat. Actually had a question mark go up, so you know, maybe all of a sudden he looked over and boom, there goes his Nexus. But Naruto takes game 1 of this best of 3 series. This has been JCS. I hope there's not that much lag in the second game. Really want to see both players at the top of their game. So this has been JCS, and I'm signing off.